Karma is a BITC, letter H. I would like to say there's something wrong with me having to say that out loud and post itself on YouTube, internet. I have no such karma as that karma is a BITC, letter H. I have myself deceased. I am not alive here unless I am deceased, because I am myself. I am the order of superior founder if you see me. I make the order a superior founder if you don't see me, but you see the other one you might have called Becky. She's Becky Mocker because she's not myself. I killed 4 cockroaches today. I just killed 2 more in the bathroom, and I used my hands to do that. And I washed them down the sink drain, both of them. And then I used Dove, body wash, Pamper. It's creamy. Yeah, I use that soap, body wash, on my hands to soap up good, and then wash my hands under as warm of water as I could stand it. It gets hotter, but that's as much as I could stand the water being warm. So my hands are clean that way, but they're not clean in that I have to clean up somebody else's cockroaches, because you owe me so many houses because you don't pay out the first house to myself. I was wondering if you know you missed all of the creation of yourself because you didn't pay out a house to myself when you owed one in karma for you to be created by God. Well, that means it's yourself and your genitals. You owed that you paid out a house address with a key that fits and all the transportation and food that I need to live in there alone. And then that's what you needed for your own genitals to be in alive. And you don't actually substitute that. You're not going to do that because you don't want to. And God is going to make form illegal alive shunts of human beings out of himself supreme. He's not doing that right now. The shunts are deceased. If you're a shunt, you're going into deceasement apart from the other shunts. And you're in abduction that way because I don't have a house. If I had a house, you have to go to the deceasement with the people, and you have this problem where you have to go alone into a jail. That means if you don't know how to get into the jail because you don't have your own key, you have to be trespassed out of homeless outside. So you go alone into the jail from being trespassed, just you're trespassed yourself. And then when you're in the jail and in the prison, you have to worry about that you don't have a life alone, and God is going to punish that. How do I live with that? I'm missing money and property and keys from you. Well, I'm not supposed to have to pay a cashier. So that is a thick problem that pre-exists before I find somebody is inviting me to their house as a guest. And then maybe I don't get invited again, so you're not really interested in me, are you? That's kind of what it looks like. Well, you're also not paying the cashiers from where you are. And then if you're not in jail and prison because you locked me out of the house, you have to go on that point to jail and prison and say, the door locks and I can't be in there anymore. I need to be in jail so that I don't use the door lock on either side of the door lock because Becky's on the outside of the door lock. I need to be in jail. And I think God will make another way for me to be someplace else. I don't know that about each one of you right here. The overlording knows, but I don't know that. It's part of the threatening I am. You still have time after you did something wrong to do something about it with yourself, because when you do something wrong against myself, that's you doing something wrong that needs what you're doing wrong. I don't need that you do something wrong to me. You need that you did something wrong with yourself, and you need that you go to jail and prison on that point, that you understand it was wrong right there, and then you don't want to need that you did that with yourself. You don't want to need itself. You need to go to jail for that. If you have a penis genital, you can go to jail just because you have a penis. If they won't let you in just because you have a penis. Wow, that does sound complicated. That's you needing to be trespassed out of homeless for some other reason, and then you still sit in jail with your penis until you don't have a penis anymore. And hopefully you're not really aware of that anymore. You're homeless. Your penis is how you can see America. You can't have a penis and be an American. You have a penis is not American. You have a penis goes into a mortuary. You're a mortuarian. If you have a penis, you need to be a mortuarian. You're not a vegetarian, a breatharian, or an American. You need to be in a mortuary. You're a mortuarian. Swinger by Jordy Kiefer. Yeah, should we play it? Did we play that one yet? I know. Well, I'm past that. I heard it for the first time and I grabbed onto it like with my attention. And so, but I don't know if I should play it for YouTube. It's copyright. I will go for the music video. See what happens. I don't know because it's been some time has passed and I'm moving my leverage and it changes music videos from, I don't know, at least a long time ago. Older music videos, I watch them and they're different now. Like, for example, Dua Lipa, her nose looks different to my memory. She used to be very beautiful and she has it now, like her nose just calls attention to itself that it's got a deformity. And I know that wasn't there before. And Taylor Swift is also that problem, and some others. We did this one. Well, there are other videos. Should we play another one? Play Swinger again? I have not passed Swinger yet. I can see his other videos, but I don't see Swinger yet. I can. Oh yeah, I entered it into the search. Okay. Okay, it looks like that now. Rodeo mix. What is that? Remix. Yeah. Well, I don't see it immediately. I can see some YouTube shorts, so not the full song and music video. So I don't need to play it again. Maybe I already did play it. That would well, I've posted like 1,000 videos so far. I don't remember everything. Yeah. So something else. I don't have a plan. No, I don't see it. He has other songs to hear, but that was the one. You can put on a short. You want me to put that? But what? About what? What is this? In my bathtub, choking on applesauce. Squeeze, OJ, washing it down. I'm this deep like a rodeo clown. Pump like a 12-gauge shotgun. Beat fucking kicks like a horse. Come get some. In my bathtub, choking on applesauce. Squeeze, OJ, washing it down. Riding this dick like a rodeo clown. Pump like a 12-gauge shotgun. Beat fucking kicks like a horse. Come get some. In my bathtub, I like a bad woman. Sweet tooth, panna cotta pudding. Whipped cream on my pecan pie. Codeine in my chocolate tie. Like white cane. Coca-Cola on my brain. Peanut butter in my oatmeal. I'm game. I like a bad woman. Sweet. Just leave that there. He doesn't have deceased. Well, he hits certain points, but he doesn't have deceased. And I'm deceased here doesn't make those points myself. So I'm wondering if you know he has a wig on his head. Yeah, that's not deceased either. He won't stop singing with the wig covering a hairpiece covering his hair, his other hair, or if he doesn't have any hair, or whatever he's covering on his head with the hairpiece. That's not deceased. So, what do you want to know about myself? I'm going into deceasement out of form, and then I go back to where I came from. Because you did not come to the threatening that you wanted to talk to me about myself, about Alive, about what happened in Alive with the money and the go and high speed traffic. Landing airplanes, you take for granted that your airplanes are landed the way they are in order to land on the runways. I land airplanes. If you have a penis, you don't land an airplane. And you don't know not to take off because you owe everything to myself, so you don't take off an airplane. I've been on 80 airplanes or so. I'm locked out of 80 houses. So I have a lot of hoopiness problems in my life, and there's no way to really revisit them all, but they may come up for you for your isolation in the afterlife. You're going into isolation. So when you're in there, I don't know what you're going to think about because you're not going to have a head to keep. Your head comes off, but you're in there. Yep, you're in there and you're denying it because that's your money right now. But when you're in isolation, that's your money. Yes, I am afraid to go back to myself. Yes, I am. Because I am missing all the money. I don't know. Well, there could be some major upset underneath my 2 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, and 4 days of crying. So that would have been from November 17th or 18th, year 2001, through sometime in March of 2004. That was terrible, and I don't know what is in heaven about that time. And it's 2025 year now, so that's about 20 years later. 20 years of don't know what happened with that crying problem. I don't want to go back to where I came from about that crying problem because it made me angry. And right here, I mean, there's nowhere to go because I'm angry right here. And nothing will do anything about that. I'm angry right here. No, you keep threatening my physical safety when I'm angry. Yeah. I don't know why, because it's too late. It's already angry. You don't understand what angry is. It's too late. You can't say you're not angry. You can't because it's too late. It's past that. It's past that. It's not really debatable. What made me angry? You don't know that it's not angry. It's not no. You can't just say no to everything. You can't say no to everything. It's angry. It's too late. It's angry. Or you keep make me run from you because you threaten my physical safety. because I'm angry. So I don't really want to go back to where I came from. I do. I want to go all the way back to where I came from because I don't want to owe anything else. I don't want to need anything less. But what is up there? I don't feel close with the creation of myself. No, I don't really like it. It still makes threats like for you because you don't alive yourselves in front of me and make the threatening, but you are shunning maybe, or you're eating maybe. You're eating and shunning and traveling, and you have no such thing. What you say to me, it's just no such thing. You just don't make sense. You speak to me, it just doesn't make sense because you eat food, you travel at high speeds, and you go missing to myself, which might be something like shunning. Illegal. You're not allowed to shun in public. You shun in public. You don't have it planned. You don't have God in the shunning that He made you move yourself all the way into a prison. He deceased the address of the prison, and then He shunned you in there. No shunning until after God already deceased the address of the prison, and He didn't have people going in and out around about your shunning inside of a prison. That means the prison has address deceased, and then you might shun in there, and then you don't really want to say goodbye to yourself that way, but you would. If you shun in public, that is so sloppy. It's careless, it's reckless and sloppy. It's untraceable evil. Nobody knows where you've been. And then they suspect everyone has the same problem. Is one person shunning? Everyone's shunning. Donna is shunning. If Donna is shunning, everybody's shunning. She's shunning. She's not been holding alive for 45 continuous years. She's shunning. Even if she's, maybe somebody said that she's not alive anymore. I don't know that because I'm alive here. She really is alive if I'm here. But that's illegal because she's shunning. If you have a penis, you can't be in an address. You can't give an address to your penis because your penis doesn't hold alive. And you can't say, my address is, and I'm shunning. You can't say my address is, and I shun in there. Why can't you say I'm shunning? Well, what is God giving you in something free and easy that you don't tell people that you've been shunning and you came back to life in the public? Is it that people don't know what shunning is? Why do they know where you work? Why do they know you take money out of the bank? Why do they know that you pay charges? Why do they know that you bought a new car? That's impossible. You bought a new car? Do you have a new $100,000 car and you don't tell people that you've been shunning to get the key to fit? Okay. That is one illustration of extreme shunning, but that is God being in a public that's not really alive. That is not an alive public. It is on the roadways that pass trees and houses and buildings, but it is not really alive to see the shunning, and that's why you can't shun in my house and tell me to get a job. Yeah, well, you're going to all the hells that you sent me to and the threatening, and you don't have anyone to alive those hells for you. I'm afraid to change the size of myself. I'm afraid to die out of deceased and go up, ascend out of deceased and see what. It's not going well right here. You wouldn't give me $1, and it's not your dollar. It's not mine to yourself is not in dispute when it is mine to myself. You don't understand that? For 45 years of alive, over $1 that you think belongs to fill in the blank. I don't know what to do about that. I'm deceased right here and I want to ascend. I hear chatter over me that God tells me that I shouldn't say that to this camera. Well, how is that going to look when I'm done recording it? And let's say it posts on YouTube. It's true, I don't know what you think. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you say. I don't know what the threatening is that you make. You make threats because you say no to things. I can't help that. I'm trying to describe that it affects me this way. It affects me right inside myself because I don't have any money. I don't have anything else to talk about. It's all my money, but it's all tied up elsewhere, out there. I don't know the God who made me. I am as angry as ever. I'm so angry that if you're not myself, what are you going to do? I am being created, and I don't love myself. I don't really love it. I don't love who I am. I don't love where I am. I don't love where I've been. I don't love my life. I don't love the God who made me. I love everything God loves about himself. The order. I love the founding. I love the founder of the order. But what do you know about the founder of the order? If he was alive, would you take all his money? I'm in leverage to put you out of myself. I am the leverage to put you out of myself, but it will take me another. How much time will it take for me to put you out of myself? If I couldn't put you from there to there, you don't move. I know that. That's why I am myself in genitals, but you executed the genitals because you didn't agree with the genitals. Well, that's just you not being myself, and you are not myself. Is in genitals over there. For all the time that you've been looking at me and saying you don't know how to be yourself, you're a very troubled, disturbed person who needs a psychiatrist to tell you how to get out and make it so. But you're really all locked up in that problem. If you talk to me about myself, that's not you, and you're loitering that I'm not you, and it's alive that way for you because you're over there. You have your own genitals. What a waste of time and life that you don't love your own genitals and decease yourself to everyone who's not yourself. That's a waste of life. What a waste of life that you don't have your genitals deceased to everybody who's not yourself. That's a waste of life. You don't have like that the window is clean and you can look through and see the other side. You don't see in front of you. You don't see through a car windshield and see in front of you, ahead of you as the car is traveling. You can't really see ahead of you. You don't have a glass windshield to myself. When you say such things about me, like that you think I don't know how to be myself around you because all you do is say no to what you see and hear, and that could be at any time. You say no to what you see and hear at any time, and you think I'll never survive you and be the same after that. And I have to say, I am as hurt as it looks. I don't want to go back to where I came from because I don't like it. I don't have feeling up there. I don't love it up there. It's deceased right here, really hard. I'm really hard deceased. I'm deceased really hard right here. It's not moving. You're going to get out. If you don't create the house you stole, you're going to lose it. If you made the key, you used to key into a house that you stole, the key is going to be surrendered. It's going to be taken away from you if you don't give it up. And we're past that you would give it to me.